Joining me today, remote from Nasdaq's office in London, is an analyst with Nasdaq Advisory Services, Alex Free. Alex, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi there, Bill. Thank you.
All right, so today we want to talk about the market volatility that hit the U.S. both at the end of last week and this week. And I want to get your take on how this has impacted the European markets.
Yeah, so the selling in the US had knock-on effects on European equity markets. So the concerns around the direction of the US's monetary policy and global stock valuations have spread. European markets have slightly outperformed in the context of more favourable monetary policy conditions, with Mario Draghi announcing on Monday that it was too early to give a date for the end of the QE programme. So having made a comeback on Wednesday, Stock 600 is down 3.4% since Friday, outperforming the S&P 500, which is down 5%. To put into a bit more context though, the Stock 600 is down 4.8% in dollar terms. So markets dropped widely, with share prices falling across all sectors since Friday. The worst performing sector has been the utility sector, down 4.2%, whilst the tech sector, the star performer in recent times, was down 2.5%. Another interesting data point to take away is that since Friday, of the 600 constituents on the Stock 600, 85% lost 1% or more.
Thank you so much for that quick overview. Walk us through what's going on in terms of recent weak performance and high levels of volatility that are happening in Europe. What's going on there?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of volatility, the VStoxx volatility indicator, which had reached an all-time low in January this year, reached its highest level since April 2017 on Monday. The surge in volatility has been driven by panic, which has spread across the investor landscape to retail investors who have displayed uneasiness and have moved out of positions at a rapid pace. This appears to have led to outages across a number of online broker websites such as TD Ameritrade, which had glitches on Monday, along with some of the largest asset managers such as Vanguard and T. Rowe Price.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Alex, for that overview. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about some positivity. Your analysis mentioned a few bright spots on the OMX Helsinki last week. What happened there?
Yes, the OMX Helsinki was the one positive performer in Europe over the last week. So the index was up over 1%. So the performance of the index was largely driven by Nokia, which rose 13.5% over the week, supported by above expectation results. And with Nokia weighing above 10% of the value of this index, this largely drove the whole index higher. Despite last week's positive performance, it is worth highlighting that OMX Helsinki is down 1.9% since Friday.
Yeah. Alex, thank you. My final question for you is, you obviously talk to a lot of our European investor relations clients on a daily basis. What are some of the major themes that our clients are facing in Europe, in addition to the volatility?
Yeah, so I think one of the key challenges, if not the key challenge, that European IR team's facing is the implementation of MiFID II and how they're going to have to navigate the changes brought along by the regulation. Another key challenge that European IROs are facing, along with every IRO globally, is the consistent rise in index investment, with passive players seeing increasing popularity. On this topic of passive ownership, it relates quite well to the recent market sell-off, with some of the largest ETFs seeing significant outflows over the last few days.
Alex, thank you so much for that terrific insight. Thank you for being my guest today on Advisory Live. We look forward to having you back on a future program.
All right, thanks, John. Have a nice day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was Alex Free, an analyst from Nasdaq Advisory Services, joining us live and remote from our London office. We'll be back to you with another edition of Advisory Live next week. Stay tuned.